RJG CoPilot, how to set a composite mold alarm. Composite mold alarms are available when there are multiple sensors of the same type in the mold. Instead of setting up alarms for each sensor, composite alarms can be established. For our example, we have 2 peak pressure at post gate sensors, and we would like to set up an alarm letting us know if the average pressure goes above or below certain limits. To begin to do this, we can click on the center circle and drag it to the left to make the alarm settings screen a bit larger. At the bottom of the alarm settings card, we can then select Add. From the Choose Alarms page, on the left side of the screen, we can see the types of alarms that can be added: machine alarms, mold alarms, and composite mold alarms. For our example, we will select composite mold alarms. With composite mold alarms selected, we can now see a list of the variable types that can be chosen. For our example, we will choose peak pressure. After selecting peak pressure, the location option appears. For our example, since we do want peak pressure at post gate, we will select that location. Next, the ID options appear, which allow us to choose for the CoPilot to calculate an average, a high point, a low point, or a range. For our example, since we know we want to set an alarm that will let us know if the average pressure of the post-gate sensors goes above or below certain limits, we will select average. We can now select Save to confirm the selection for our example. Now we are returned to the main screen, where we can see a notification stating, "Alarm settings saved, changes will take effect next cycle." We can also see on the alarm settings card, the peak pressure, post-gate average alarm has been added. Next, we need to add the lower and upper limits for that alarm by selecting the Edit button at the end of that alarm's row. The 2 editable fields for lower limit and upper limit now appear. To enter the upper limit for our example, we can select the white field under upper limit. And we'll type in 150 for the upper limit, so the CoPilot will alarm should the average pressure go above 150 psi. Next, we can select the white field under lower limit and type 110, so the CoPilot will alarm should the average pressure go below 110 psi. We can now select Save to save the alarm limits. Now we are returned to the main screen, where we can once again see the notification stating, "Alarm settings saved, changes will take effect next cycle." If we double select the summary graph to make it larger, we can also see that our newly added peak pressure post-gate average alarm has been added and is graphing. If we select any point on the graphing line, we can see the established upper limit of 150 psi and the lower limit of 110 psi, as well as the current average of the post-gate pressures, 127.06 psi. Thank you for watching this video regarding the CoPilot and how to set a composite mold alarm. For further assistance, please refer to the product manual or contact our customer support department at support@rjginc.com or by calling 1-800-472-0566.